guys, feet together, hands at your side as prayer respect. I'd like to welcome us in.
All right, guys. Good to see everybody. It's gonna be a good night. We're doing some promotion. Our first black belt for our school. So get the show on the road.
All right, guys.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, it's try to make sure that I can get through this without getting choked up. We were talking about this earlier. I mean, when you're invested in your school, you're invested in your students. And I'm invested in my team to have. I've been bragging on Brian. I was bragging on him over here, and I even called my dad today and went, Dad, I'm going to road. We got 5 from one school plus Ryan. We got 6 black belts in the organization. I mean, I'm like, it's freaking huge in my world, I mean, the commitment, the hours on the mat, the seminars, the blood, sweat, tears, and the investment, because jiu-jitsu, if you're doing it for rank, you're barking up the wrong tree. This is not the, hey, I'm gonna jump out there and then 3 easy lessons, and I'm gonna go to a couple of things. Man, it is a different lifestyle, and it's a different journey, and it's the culmination of passion. I mean, you don't do something for 10, 11, 12, how many? 17 years, and I mean, without having a passion for what you do. And along the way, it ceases to be about rank. It ceases to be about rank. It's more about, but then it's my honor and my job to help put that stamp on, that certification on. Yes, you do deserve, because it's no longer about the rank. At that time, you deserve the rank, and we want to recognize that. That's so huge. And Brian was talking about each one of you. It's like, man, we've started Clarksville. That was at the first gym. Woods, we did the first private lay, and he'll flesh that out if he can finish a complete sentence. I'm throwing it out there now because I can already see, it's like, okay, Brian, he's got to go kill a grizzly bear with a rattlesnake and get his man card back, because he's, getting wrapped. That's what happens to me. It's like, okay, if I cry in public, now I've got to go, go whip a grizzly bear with a rattlesnake or something to feel manly again. But that, it's hard, man. I mean, when it's your life's work and it's your passion. So anyway, I want to start this off and just to share. Ryan Stevens up. So Ryan has been a part of our affiliation through the VA Law Enforcement Training Center, Frontline Jiu-Jitsu. I'm, some of you guys know, I've been in law enforcement for almost 28 years now, 29 years. And I actually was a contract instructor at the VA Law Enforcement Training Center many years ago. And through our mutual friend, Billy Cunningham, he brought Ryan in and said, hey, man, I got this guy. He's into it. And he was kind of a Ronin, a masterless samurai, because, like 17 years, being in the Marines, being stationed here, being stationed there. I trained with this guy, trained with that guy, and he came up underneath us, and from, it was a blue belt, and purple belt, brown belt, and now turn around, take that brown belt off, and we're going to make you a black belt. So this, we have shot together, done stick and knife fighting together, have, rolled, and this, we were at a seminar where we were running rifles together. It's really neat. This is a total, not just jiu-jitsu, it's just a total package, and I'm really proud. Turn around, face me. Congratulations, my friend. Get up. You're at the end of the black belts now, man. Just give him a big round.
Wood. Longest student. I was his student. You're 50 now, right? That was the goal. That was the goal. Yeah. Man, you know, when we started off, we were just doing privates, like we said, back here. And we've been through all these locations. I mean, he's put in an extreme amount of time, teaches, and it's an honor. Thanks to Steve for these boxes we got for our team being promoted. Some presentation boxes. John, come on up here, man. The scariest guy in the gym. Proud of you. John, actually, he started with the karate place too, all the way through college. Adam? Aren't you an MMA fighter? We do flying these and page style of apparel. Yeah, Adam and I, we started training together back with Mikey and Caleb in Clarksville when we didn't know about the gi. And when they added it, we just wanted to get some more rolling. Funny story about Adam getting his blue belt up in Bentonville and not being able to choke this guy. I mean, a cross choke, right? I'll never forget that. He won't either.
I was surprised you ranked me up.
Randy, come on up here. Take that brown belt. Randy actually started off as an MMA fighter himself. He came to fight team practice. Stayed for the jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Beard saying Augie. definitely not be what we are, as big as we are, or function like we do. This is our school, if it wasn't for us. And she's just very deserving of this promotion. I've never been more emotional.
Our wedding.
Right. So go ahead and take that.
When Brian and Corin were dating, because I mean, I can remember as a white belt. So, from Clarksville, I mean, you know, brought Caleb up, brought all to see this after watching them grow up in the martial arts. And when they were dating, I mean, a long time ago, first they, you know, if we ever get married, Coach, we want you to marry us. And I was like, oh yeah, you know. And then I get a call several years later. You know, we said we were serious. So to see them now, that you know, and to officiate so many, you know, at all the schools, the grand openings, this location. It's watching their journey. It's been an honor. It's been an honor and a privilege just to watch you guys and to see this line of black belts. Now I'm going to start, you know, tearing up because it's been a really, really cool journey. You guys are part of something special here, and I mean, it really is. It's huge. You see the people drive down from Bentonville, see all our black belts here. I mean, it's something special. So let's give all the new black belts and just a little. Okay, guys, tell you what, here's what we'll do. Black belts, y'all just kind of spread out. We're going to warm up and stretch out just a little bit, and then we're going to get the rest of the range going.
My bad. Watch. Rough start. Alright, so I'm going to start smashing from top and half guard, and Sharpie has the lockdown. So in order, what I'm going to do to get out of this, I'm going to bring my heel up, tripod, and turn. Okay? Now look, my left foot is going to push off the top leg, and I'm going to come side control. Now I'm going to slide across to mount. He's going to time it and bring me over. Okay. He has his guard closed. Now we start our typical arm bar start. So what I'm going to do is we're in jiu-jitsu gi class. I'll grab the gi, pop up, bring it across. Cup over the curve of his arm. Here, push out. Do a proper arm bar. Don't cross your leg. Pin down, curl your legs. Okay? Now we're gonna go for arm bar swingers. Okay? The way to do that, if you haven't done them, you're gonna push off with your right leg and use the momentum of your left leg to swing around. So, here. Okay, there's one. That was two. Now, do it again. Then we're gonna go high guard right here. Something I think Jack Taufer went over one time. And from what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna push his head across, go for an arm bar. Sharpie's gonna defend, okay? Yeah, he's gonna do the unicorn defense. This hand's gonna swing under so I can control it. Now what I'm gonna do, go under his leg, okay? I can't go backwards because his knee is on my butt. That's the barrier that I can't get past. So I'm gonna go this way to my left as an angle, so. Okay, now we're here, I can cross my legs, not a big deal. What I'm gonna do is rip the grip, and I keep control of this leg too. Come back, hip up, okay? That's pretty much it too.
We see all that one more time.
Get all in space, we still want it. So lock down, smash on top, half guard. What I'm gonna do to get out of this sucks, bring my heel up. Like I just curl my leg in. With this leg, push out, drive hard, turn my knee to my left. This leg pushes off. I'm in a good side control, but I don't want to be stalling here, so I want to go to mount. So what I'm gonna do is go across, he's gonna time it. Boom. Close guard for me. So I'm across here. Got an arm bar right there. If I can finish it if I want to, right? Right, my gonna swing around, do the same thing. Bench, finish it if I want, swing around, high guard, okay? Now here's where I'm gonna go for my third arm bar. Go here, and he's already defending, so, and I have to, in order for me to swing him over, I have to go under his leg. If not, I have to be really, really strong to try to push him that way. I'm trying, I'm not going, so I've gotta bring my hand under, so I can sweep him over to my left. I'm coming to the corner, so. Okay, here. I use the hand to rip the grip, but let's just say he's really strong. I just kick out, and then, okay? And here's a bonus. I just throw his leg around, he comes up, got a triangle. Can I see that?
George? I'm just kidding.
He's like, why me, bro?
Alright, so the D's are standing passes, so just like Sharpies, I'm going to do the same entry. So grabbing these ankles right here, instead of just like spiking someone on their neck, kind of squat, pull them up right here. I like this position. I like to push their knees in, kind of plank on them here. I actually do this like a lot, just pulling the ankles up to the pass. From here, you're gonna go across ankle, outside knee. This back leg's gonna swing around. You're gonna go to knee mount. Now, knee mount, you know, it's getting towards the end of the night, and you know, everyone's like, knee mount, put your hands on the shoulders, no toe on the mat, and base out. But you know what? I mean, we're not at a tournament, so it's okay, you know, to not put all your weight on your partner tonight. On my switches, sometimes I will put my hand on the mat because he is not stable. He moves, right? So if he moves, I go off. So sometimes I do put my hand on the mat to keep my stability, but knowing that if I want pressure, if I'm trying to play pressure, yeah, I need all of my stuff on him. So once we get to this first knee mount, we're gonna do a switch right here. I'm gonna switch again, and when I switch, he's gonna actually catch my foot. Boom, right there. When he catches, I'm gonna turn this knee down. I'm gonna hang out here, pushing his body forward right here so he can't turn. Now I'm gonna swing this knee back behind, yep, like a back step, but I'm staying pretty tight, I'm not going too far. Because if I go like a big back step like this, he can come up and I'm losing it. So from this position right here, keeping this pressure, swinging this knee here, making sure it's cupping the legs. Now what I'm gonna do, just like Randy said, anything in the leg locks, getting this tendon right here, right behind the knee, great control. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna kind of sit my weight on him, grab the ankle, grab that little tendon right here, and I'm gonna fall back. Boom. So traditionally, I did like a black belt test in like kickboxing and no-gi, and I finished my Texas cloverleaf like this. But I was rolling with Brian one day, and he didn't tap because he didn't need to. So some different ways to finish. So right here, you're gonna put your feet together, pinching your knees in. So this arm, I continue to loop it through, and then I'm gonna take this hand and I'm gonna cup his heel, and I kinda like to do like a rear naked choke grip. And see, I'm not even getting a rotation on that, and he's already tapping. So sorry, yeah. So some people, maybe a little bit, you know, more movement there, you'll turn your chest a little bit. Another way to finish this, and this is new to me, is taking this top knee and you're actually gonna put it over here. And that is putting, Sharpie just made a face. It's putting a lot of pressure right here. I don't even have a grip because during that transition that might have got him. So right there, not even getting my grip. So maybe this is better for when you got these legs pinned, okay? So we've got this. I'm gonna come out of that and go back to my triangle or my senkaku. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna move it across my body right here, cupping the knee. One time I was rolling with Brian and we were learning this. I like D3, that's why I'm showing it. And I didn't know what to do because I couldn't finish, so I just like threw this over. And then he was looking at me like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna go back here. So you do have a heel hook on this side, but his leg's really straight. So the first time I was drilling this with Sharpie, I was like, I can't get it. So pushing that in, and then you can get that grip right there, okay? So you need the leg to be bent, it can't be straight. So push that in, you can finish that heel hook here. Again, when I was rolling, I did this just for them to be like, what is she doing? For me to go back to my primary leg right here, okay? So in this position, they call it in 10th Planet the Tony Montana, whatever, you know. Scarface, whatever, boom, boom, okay. So from here, what Sharpie's going to do is he's going to escape now. So he's gonna take that top leg, he's gonna kind of open up my legs with it, he's gonna do a big shrimp. Hand on the knees, shrimp out, and he's gonna run away because he's scared. Not really. Okay. So, seated position, coming in, scooping this up. You can kind of plank in on these legs, pushing the knees in. A lot of you guys are familiar with this move right here. Cross ankle, outside knee, push that through. Switch one, switch two, he catches. Drop that knee, pressure here. Swing that leg back and behind. I kind of like to sit on him a little bit when I go for this. Here, coming, pulling this. Now when you pull this top leg, it's gonna pull right over and into place. For the finish, putting the feet together, reaching across, tight. Yeah, so I'm wanting to pinch here, crunch in here, and I'll turn my chest a little bit. If you want to play with taking this top leg and moving it over here, ooh, yeah. So I can't even get my grips really, really tight. After I finish this, the Texas Cloverleaf, I'm gonna go back to my original senkaku. Really tucking this foot in here so he can't mess with anything out here. Tucking this foot, I'm gonna sit up, I'm gonna push this in and bring it around, and I'm really gonna cup this tight, pinching my knees. You can play with both finishes. The 10th Planet, sometimes they just finish one. If you wanna work this finish, push that in a little bit. You can go for that one. If you wanna go for this one, it's wide open, go for that one. He's gonna work his escape, pushing, shrimping, and getting out of there. Right. Yeah. We good on that? All right, let's do it. 1, 2.
USP labs, correct?
George had an excellent description of this. I want to add a couple of things, just a couple of details, and one little change that they don't usually do in 10th Planet, but I think it's pretty essential to this. So, we started in our lockdown, all this kind of stuff, right? I do want you to get this shoulder in, get him flat, right? And so when I kick out, get up, and go over, right? I still got him flat. I've never really disconnected. Okay? And he comes up, over, okay? Hunter's gonna do his thing. All right, typical UPA stuff, okay? Arm across, there. Foot and hip always helps, right? Right here. And then this clamp down, okay? Across his back, okay? If I don't do that clamp down and he postures up, I'm gonna have to lift my hips, right? Which is okay, but you're kind of out of control here. You can be able to get up, okay? So, foot on hip, clamp hard. If it's tight enough, it shouldn't be much of a movement to get him tight. Okay, just a little bit. Across, other side. Down. Like that. Here, this high guard. Okay, I can actually, you know, this high guard is good. I can finish an armbar from there. So keep it tight, okay? Still got my same grip. This one's free. I go under, and then I'm going out this way, okay? I can release this foot to help me. Okay? That foot going outside in the direction that you want to take him, that's really going to tip him over, right? You're going to find your tipping point. So this is where my addition comes in. Notice what happens to his shoulder if I keep this leg. See how it's going down? See where his elbow's going? His elbow's going to the floor. We don't want that. Okay? So what I'm going to suggest to you, switch legs. Keeps him flat, okay? Keeps you tight. Keeps his shoulder off the mat. On this Bollinger break, I'm going to suggest that you go for his thumb. Okay? I'm going to grab the meat on the outside of his thumb, pull it this way. Okay? Going down his arm to lengthen the forearm. And then there. Okay? What happens if I do this, I get him going back, look what he does. Okay? So I'm just going to suggest switch legs on this. It's going to keep him flatter. You're going to be able to finish more. All right? Yes, sir.
All right, guys, so just like we started out earlier, we're starting off in this half guard in this lockdown position, right? The only difference is when I'm getting down here to do this, I don't have him pinned, right? Because if I had him pinned, I just put my forehead on the mat, come up, boom, and I would just kind of do what we just did, right? So I'm coming here to set this up. He's going to block me where I can't get this hand underneath. So I'm going to bring my hand over here on his throat, right the crawl space. He's not going to like this, so he's going to push me away. When he pushes me away, I'm immediately coming down to his bottom, and I'm grabbing right underneath his butt for this buttocks compressor. And the reason I'm grabbing here is I'm going to sprawl out of this lockdown. When I go to sprawl, if I have this buttocks compressor in here, it limits his ability to move his legs. So I'm here, boom, I can sprawl and move to my left. And just to kind of show that detail again, so do your lockdown. Sorry. If I don't do this compressor and I grab his hips and try to do this, he's not gonna let me sprawl out of this lockdown. See? I can't. When I control his hips here with his buttocks compressor, and I go to sprawl, he can't stop that from happening. I'm gonna walk to my left. As I walk to my left, he's gonna get up on his side. When he goes up on the side, I'm just gonna transition to this leg drag position. I would like to be able to come up here, flatten out his upper body if I can, but Justin's big. So it's hard to flatten him out here for this position. If you can with your partner, that's gonna be ideal. And from this position, same like Brian did earlier, I'm gonna start walking my hips around to get this other knee in here. Once I get this other knee in here, I can step over. And as I step over, it puts me right into the mount. So from leg drag to mount position, Justin's gonna do a reverse Alcatraz where he steps over. Good. That's good. We're just gonna go to the reverse Alcatraz at the butterfly replacement. Stop there. So again, we're here, he's got locked down. I'm not able to get this hand underneath here. Start crawl spacing so he pushes me down. Catch, I'm sprawling, walking to my left, as he puts pressure. That pressure lets me come over into this leg drag position, right? If your person on the bottom isn't giving you that resistance, it's a lot harder to jump over them. So make sure they give you that resistance. Walk around, knees comes in, stepping over, into the mount. Show some a few details on the reverse Alcatraz. So when you're here, it's like a little step to the outside. A couple things. If he has live toes, where his toes are up, it's easier to hook this, right? If he doesn't, I'm just gonna move to this left side, lay my leg on top of his calf. When I frame on his hip, to catch this here, then just bring my knees up. And place the guard. All right. Questions? Good? 3, 2, 1.
I'm always reluctant about these techniques because I don't like pulling guard ever. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So there are ways, like we've been doing coyote guard, right? And much more aggressive half guard technique. I'm pretty good with the coyote guard. So it's a decent position for me to put myself in, right? But I don't like the idea of going straight to it because I'm at a disadvantage, right? I'm putting myself on bottom. I may not get up to where I want to be. So, you know, there are ways to get into just a coyote guard if I wanted to. Okay, a lot of it's just me. I mean, it's almost just a pull. I could get him with a leg, with an arm drag. I could just do it from a regular position, just pulling him in, and then going straight into it. Okay, but again, I don't like that, right? I'm not creating a whole lot there. I'm giving up top position. So what I prefer to show is like we can do this, but off like a failed single leg, right? So a single leg, I'm going for something, right? I'm trying to get him down, and so I can justify this a little bit better, okay? So depending on his feet, right? I want to go with the same side foot to snatch the single leg, okay? So if we're already matched up like this, I'm just going to get out to the side, front knee down, and then pull my single leg, okay? If he's not, if we're same stance, I'm going to have to kind of put him to the same leg forward, right? There's a bunch of ways to do this, okay? Some of it's just pressing him back and messing with him. You can also do it from any of the arm drag techniques, right? It puts me to the outside, okay? That's probably the best way to do this, if I can get an arm drag. I do want to suggest that a lot of people overextend when they arm drag from standing, okay? And it makes their arms really vulnerable, okay, for counters and things like that. So, like on a lot of these techniques, try to keep those elbows in and close to your body. So even when we're going for this arm drag, right, keeping it tight, okay, keeps me from going out here and he can re-drag me and stuff like that. Okay? So pretty basic stuff, but right, we're there. We get him to step, okay. I'm down, got my single. He's gonna do what everybody does, or most people do from this position. He's gonna sprawl, right? So I'm here, he's gonna sprawl. So I need to first get my base, and it starts with this hip, okay? I'm gonna get there, and then I'm gonna kind of like in baseball, sliding into the plate, right? I'm just gonna slide between his legs with my upper.
I don't have a Saturday sheet. Y'all good. Y'all are
Up there. Boom. Okay. Now from this position, I'm already behind him. He's probably either going to post on me or post on the mat, which is great. That's what I want. Okay. So if I'm here, go to my coyote guard, right? Step over, outside. Okay. He whizzers me like this. You got a dive under. Okay. He doesn't. He doesn't whizzer me, or it's like a light one like this. Knock it. Take his back. Okay. I can go into a seat belt. Okay. Or if you want to, we can go into this stuff, right? Take him back. Pull him over. Okay, any of that kind of stuff. But main thing is getting this coyote going, right? Here. Sprawl. Okay. So it's off a failed single. Right? You get the single, great. You don't get the single, go to coyote. Got it?
Yes, sir.
1, 2.
About 45 more minutes of drilling to do, okay? And we're gonna spend the last little bit of that, hey, remember this and this, tie it together, okay? Some of the standing into some of the drills and some of the techniques. George's gonna show us up in a second, but just a detail or two on this single leg, okay? Here's a real, Woods talked about some great and basic ideas. MacArthur is here the other night, you know, All-American wrestler. He's got some good ideas too. I like stealing them all the time, right? But just kind of arcing around, if he senses I'm here and steps back, and look, you know what? One of the reasons why wrestlers get cauliflower ears, that slamming their ear and head and biting with their head on the ground, but particularly on their shots. Right? Like I've noticed it. I've got shooting shots. You drill your ear into somebody's hip. It's hard. Okay. But you need to emphasize that ear being here on the inside. Now another just real basic one. If you ever get a gi grip and I pull down, if he pulls back up here, just a basic entry, right? You can do single entries all day. He starts sprawling, beating down. Look, like what's his description of sliding into a baseball plate? Perfect. Here, this is the next thing I do though. That. Okay, so again, let's say you're here. See how I'm stepping over? That way I've got his leg completely controlled. I'm taking some of the techniques off the table. Yeah, he's got a wizard, but as we'll see, maybe that's not the best response to this. You know, like he opens himself up. If I roll him and he posts, go back out. So, you know, we're going to come back to this, but we're going to turn over to George. He's going to show some techniques from this half guard. All right?
I like to see this guard as more of a barrier to my last result until he passes my guard. Like this is like, if he passes this, he's gonna pass my guard. So I can't just stall either because he's gonna move around. I have to do something from here. I can't just hold him off because what this knee is with the shin or whatever. If he's pushing towards me, I mean it's just stalling. But once the moment he starts moving, I got to do something. I just can't stand here and just pray to God he doesn't pass my guard. So I'm gonna go for an underhook. But obviously I just can't be so predictable and just say, come here, let me get this, right? I mean it's not how it's gonna work. So I have this show. What I'm gonna do, the moment I kick through, I'm gonna push. My arm's gonna go through for the underhook. So I gotta sit up though. I'm not just gonna come up here. I have to sit all the way up. So here. Now I'm gonna bring him to me. It's almost like pulling half guard again in some type of way. And I'm gonna either I can go under or I'll grab the gi pin. Doesn't matter. Okay. Come back down. Now I have my half guard or whatever. In order for me to get up, I have to do something with my legs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch them. This leg's gonna come here. That gives me an opening. And some of you guys that never, have never posted with your shoulders, I guess it's okay to do this for now, but I prefer for you guys, guide up with your shoulders, like this. It's so much easier. I have this leg and I have this underhook still. Then I come here. Okay? This is what some people consider, I guess, a dog fight. You're 50-50. I mean, he does have an overhook and I have an underhook, so it can go either way. Okay? This is still a technique that I've done before, and if he's pressing really hard, all I have to do is like limp off, have his back. Okay? But sometimes that doesn't work. So if I'm here, what I can do is I can sweep him over to my left. So all I gotta do, I already have the gi pins. So I just right here, underhook, go out a little bit, and come here. So I'm under to side control. Okay? Here, two, here, switch my legs. I'm coming up on my shoulder, guys. It's really important. And I'm okay. Let's just say I try to push him and he pulses out with his hand and I can't grab his leg and I'm pushing. Well, I'm gonna have to dive under. Okay? So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dive under. Either I can grab his knee or just grab his legs. Okay? But he's gotta be pushing forward so I can use the momentum. You know, because I'm pushing him the other way and he's not going. More than likely he's gonna be pushing towards me and I'm gonna use that momentum to sweep him over. Okay? That was number 2, or number 3, I guess. And here's number 4, back take. It's really simple. Yeah, Brian pretty much went over it, but I'll add it in real quick. So come here, here, bring it in, switch my hooks, bring this leg out. And see how this leg comes here? That kind of, I use my live toes to kind of hip up a little bit so I can use it on my shoulder, and I'm here. And on my forehead, you can see the sweat on the mat. It's helping me post out, okay? Now look, I can't go, I try to tip him over, I can't. I try to, I grab this. I'm gonna try to sweep him. Like I'm pushing, he's pushing back. I'm gonna try to sweep him, but he posted out. Got the back. I already have this hook, not a big dog, just bring this one. I can go over it again if y'all need me to see that. Or was that pretty simple? One more time. We'll do the break over, the sweep, and the back take. I'll just want me to say it, or?
He's going through it straight.
Okay. Back take. So one thing I forgot to mention real quick is this back take, you really have to time it. The moment you hear his hand post the mat is when you pull your head through to take the back. Okay, if not, you're just kind of maybe stuck. It just depends. It's all about timing for that back take. Alright, thank you. So, I'm here and I'm here. Okay? I don't have to have my perfect hooks, but I have the back. Eventually, I can sit up, and I'm already in mount, so I'm in a better dominant position than I was from the beginning.
He's going to be in my half guard, and he's going to be smashing me just because he's not going to give up any kind of good position. So he's smashing me, got good head arm control. I'm going to cross face real nice across his jaw to create some space, and I'm going to monitor his knee and his arm and shoulder. Just so I can create some space so I can get my butterfly hook in. Depending on your flexibility, you may have to hip out a little bit to get it in. But you're going to get your butterfly hook in and sit up and get into them. Roll to your side, not your back. You get a butterfly sweep. And Justin's going to knee bump me and press me into his butterfly hook. And then kick back into close guard. And then get into homie control. And in homie control, that gets us off of our back and into some back takes or submissions. So one more time. Any questions? Need to see it again? Coach? One more time? You mean talk through it or just show it?
Just show it.
Okay. Yeah.
Two's going to start in the same spot, somewhere where I don't naturally want to be. I would like to be in a half guard and up on my side, protecting this arm from getting underneath me, but we're already past that point and he's smashing me. I'm here. I like to take this hand and put my fingers on the inside of his leg. I don't know, that could be a personal preference, but I think it tucks my elbow into my body. Instead of if I do it this way, he could easily reach down and pull my elbow, if you want to pull my elbow on this side, out from my body. That way, if I'm here, I'm a little bit stronger and can keep my elbow into my body. So I'm over the arm here. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this foot that's on his foot over the top. If you're fast, maybe you can do this without him escaping or passing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go over the leg, fish this one out. I'm pushing with this hand on his leg, getting to his side, replacing this butterfly, and then I'm gonna come up. If we get back here and he's really squeezing on my leg, this way, I can do that shimmy to get there, and then I'm gonna swim this arm over the top of his elbow and get an underhook here. So in Brett's drill, we did just a sweep to this direction, which I could do if I really tuck this arm and come this way. But I'm gonna do a poor job of that and do this, and he's gonna post. And at the same time, I'm gonna raise this elbow and come under and raise this one and just go the opposite direction to there. And then he's gonna build a base and try to shrimp out, and I'm gonna go to technical mount. He's gonna take his bottom leg and step really big, hip up, get to an ashigurami spot, and go ahead and get the tap, get my heel off the ground, and hip up a little bit. There it is. So from the beginning, let's go through it one time. Smooth. A bad spot here, hand on the leg, switch there, out push, replace the butterfly, coming up into here, go this way post, comes the other way, there, technical mount. He's gonna step out with his bottom leg, hip up, ashi, and get the tap.
Butterfly guard, the change in directions. So we spent several months working butterfly guard, and I kind of got some concepts and principles in my head that I like to think about when I play butterfly. And I really like the Danaher stuff, how he systematically organizes it. So the way I organize butterfly guard for me when I come to play butterfly guard is the first thing I do is I'm gonna work up my posture. So if I'm playing butterfly guard, the thing to remember, there's so many options. This is a grip, right? This is a grip, here's a grip, right? This is a grip, right? I can be here, this is a grip, this is a grip, this is a grip, this is a grip, this is a grip. So what's some common themes that run through your butterfly guard game that can help you know if I get to this position, what am I looking for, what am I trying to do? So the first thing on it, Marcelo Garcia talked about posture, which posture is having a good posture like we talk about in everything we play is over here, my head's up, I've got my feet kind of out in front of me, my hands right here by my feet, because if Adam or Sharpie's trying to get me, he's gonna try to grab me stuff. This lets me play my grip game, right? It's not letting him push me over. If I have a good posture and he hits me on my shoulders, right, he's not gonna knock me back. So stand up and just push where you want to. Yeah, good, right? Hard to knock over, because if he's able to come here and just hit me, then I'm in a bad way, right? The next one after posture is grips and distance. I showed you a bunch of grips earlier, right? And my grips are gonna depend on how close I am to this person and what our relationship is, right? And my grip's gonna dictate a lot of times what I'm looking for my throw. So as you play your butterfly guard game, think of your grips and your distance, and I put those two together because this is a different grip and distance than this is right here, right? Then the third thing I think about is kazushi, or off balance. I'm a judo guy, so everything to me is all about off balance. So we're gonna work on this idea of this 2-on-1 grip. I've got 2-on-1 grip right here, and I'm moving in. And what I wanna do is, for my off balance, I need to shift his weight to where his body's over here. So by getting this arm and going this way, see how Adam's head has moved over his knee, his waist over this leg, and I've effectively pinned this weight to this leg, which means now this is the light leg, right? So I don't want to sweep the heavy leg or the light leg. Light leg, right? So I'm moving here to sweep. I've got my 2-on-1. I've got good distance, good grip, good kazushi. The next one is the sweep. So when I come here for the normal sweep off this 2-on-1 grip, I fall to my side. As I fall to my side, he's gonna move over here. My leg's gonna come up to sweep. Boom. And on my sweep, my next motion is gonna be to keep my pressure. So sweep and pressure to me goes together. I sweep over, because if I sweep Sharpie over like this and stop, Sharpie's gonna murder me, because his belt is different color than mine. He knows what he's doing, right? So every time I sweep somebody from the butterfly guard, from this 2-on-1 position, I sit up, I've got him where I want him, fall to my side, sweep, and I keep this pressure going forward, so I come up in a dominant position, and from here I can start working stuff. Then the next part for this for me is your follow through or your counters, because butterfly guard, you notoriously mess stuff up all the time, right? So we work the sweep mango, the 2-on-1. So if I come here to grab this and Sharpie raises his leg up, this 2-on-1, this is my ideal position to sweep a 2-on-1 position, a 2-on-1 grip. This is what for me, this is bread and butter. I love this. So from here, I'm gonna use my feet to pull myself in as I maintain this grip, and it's gonna be kind of an explosive movement. As soon as I move in and get underneath him, I'm gonna sweep him up and over. Here, and do your pressure, your follow through to come up in the top position, all right? So that's one technique. 2-on-1, leg up. As his leg comes up, sweeping over. The next one is that follow through counter stuff I was talking about. If I come here and his leg's up and he's like, no, this happened last time, I didn't like it. So I start going here, he's gonna shift his weight and put his knee on the mat, right? When he does this, I'm gonna reshoot underneath here, fall to my back, lift up, and go back take. Right? So from there, I'm shooting in. He doesn't like that. I'm falling to my back. As I fall to my back, this hook comes out and allows me to take his back. All right? Then the next one is we're here. Same idea. Foot's up. He doesn't like it. Boom. Then now he's stopping me from falling back by sitting back. We worked over this concept of push-pull. So as he sits back, I'm gonna push into it. Here. He doesn't like that, right? So he pushes back into me. Here, he pushes back into me. Now I've got my sweep again, right? So this idea of all these techniques work together and building off this concept of your posture, grips and distance, kazushi sweep, followed by your pressure after you sweep, followed by your counter or your follow through depending on what they do. There's literally hundreds of combinations for the butterfly sweep stuff. And the final one, I'm here, I'm gonna do my 2-on-1, sits up, he fails. I go to do that second technique I did, where I fall back here, he postures over his head. When he does that, I'm gonna take this hand here, sit up into this arm bar, right? What'd you call this?
Oh, he showed a variation with Mike.
The Mikey bar?
Yeah, the Mikey bar.
Yeah, I like that name better than the reverse arm clamp. So you're here, I wanna make sure when I sit up, I've got space between me and the arm right here. And my hand comes over the elbow, not the forearm, not the bicep area. It's a good fist here. And I just bring this into my deal. Yep. And make sure my head is pinning this hand, right? So that's 4 techniques. Any questions? Huh?
Oh, your glasses, they're over here on the other side, if you want them. Those are your glasses.
Trying to see, man.
All right, I will say real human words. It's this part. Really good job, everybody. It's awesome watching all you guys. And two, it's awesome seeing, like, I get to go do something I really love to do during the day. And it's awesome to know I got Woods here, taking care of the in class, and and then I have all these people that can walk around and help, and I, we're still growing and still doing better and still getting better at jiu-jitsu and learning new things and keeping our minds open. And everybody's movement looked awesome. Chaining moves together, that's been a big focus, is being able to, those flow drills, to do things like, sort of like it is when we roll, right? That's the big thing everybody remarks on, is like, man, I'm doing these when I roll. These transitions, linking things together. So really good movement and really good job you guys teaching us during tonight. It's awesome. We want to recognize some of you for all your hard work. I mean, some of you guys are here every day. And going, he teaches 5 days a week in the morning, 5 a.m. And then usually comes in and works with me on Sunday, and I make him ride bikes and walk and run with me and stuff too. Right? And he does kickboxing and other things too. And is really just like dedicated himself to putting in the time. That's what it takes. All these people stand up here for so much time. So really proud of you guys. I thought this was great. You guys work hard. I know we did a lot of drilling. It was kind of emotional night at the beginning, but it was awesome. Really, really good job. Well, I'm gonna start doing promotions real quick. Do you want to say anything, Mr. Green?
Man, I tell you what, why don't we, just at the end, right after we get, let's jump right into it.
All right. So we do a few more white belts. Recognize them. Dalton. Edward and Mason. Did we get your story together? They came in. Edward, Alyssa, and Mason all have sub-only matches at some cage fights in Fort Smith this weekend. If you guys want to go support, tickets are $30, and the matches will start around 5:30. So, good job, buddies. She's been training super hard. Shoulder surgery. Good job.
As a white belt.
As a white belt. I mean, I was talking to him and I was like, hey man.
Thank God that didn't happen to me.
See, after blue belt, you just don't get surgery. You just deal with it. Yeah. We don't have surgery. If we have surgery, we can't train.
I was inspired to see you back out there. See you back out here soon. I was like, but that, I just talked to somebody today and they said, the shoulder surgery, you gotta move your shoulder. Yeah. So, on your other one? People had nice things to say about people drilling, but people kept making comments about you and Niall and y'all's spirits and how good you were. I was like, they come to my morning class. It's all about you. That's true. I'm not taking credit for any of the black belts.
time. Edward, McMillan, a few of you, I've got some certificates for you that we can give you back. Okay? Just backdated to the last record. All right? Next. Signs here. All right. McMillan, come up here real quick. Niall.
So now I'm going to take the belt off. Do what Matt did. Now comes the morning class. He's been coming 2 years now, so we're excited about that. And if it wasn't for him and a couple of guys in the morning showing up on a regular basis, I wouldn't get to do jiu-jitsu. So I'm extremely grateful for Niall and the guys that come in the morning, and their effort and their dedication has been pretty inspiring to me. It's kept me on the mat, and I'm just trying to return the favor of what Brian taught me to them. So I really appreciate all their hard work. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
He also stayed for my morning class.
I do. Which is why I look good drilling, not that 5 days a week at 5 a.m.
All right. Next, get a couple of these sandbaggers out of the way. Be nice. All right, Josh Wendell. All right. I didn't know the men of the element world when I had it. Sorry. Kellen. Kellen has moved here from one of those states that had the rifles.
Minnesota.
Okay. One of those interstates. It's cold. But he's wrestled, trained at other academies, 2, 3 other academies over moving, being in the military, stuff like that. So he's got a lot of time, and it's good to see him get promoted. All right.
A little bit about an hour north of Minneapolis. The McKean black belt for that.
Holy. He's my best friend. All right. So happy to be able to do this.
Only took 8 years to get him here.
But he's as good as he is because he's Brian's best friend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
So pumped up when you started. Look at that blue belt. Forca Azul.
Yeah, a funny story when Johnny Wester and I got promoted to blue belt. You said that, and we went back and what's Forca Azul mean? Because we didn't have belts. It was kind of unplanned. Caleb didn't have belts at that event, and John.
I think we may have been promoted to blue belt.
No. Back then. All right. Next. Jacob. Some of the people Jacob can tap and maybe feel a little better about it. I will still not feel.
Also
same thing. Jacob has done some amazing things in competition on the mat. He's teaching team jiu-jitsu and helping out. It's awesome to see you grow, buddy. Edwin. Edwin's been around for such a long time, and it's awesome to see her get promoted. She's fought in IKS, she's boxed, she's competed in jiu-jitsu, she's done everything, and it's a very well-deserved and earned promotion. Good job.
I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. That's huge.
Nick. Okay. Nick is he's the only guy that does private lessons with me at this time, right? And it's awesome to get work with him. I worked with him for a long time, and got to personally like be hands-on, see him progress, and it's been awesome watching him grow. Long, getting a little shorter one after that. All right, good job, buddy.
That was wrong, sorry, Nick. I don't think you're an A3.
All right. An 8.5. Lassie.
You swapped your belts, bro. I was right.
Still need an A1.
Oh, well.
But he can't tie
Last
that
year
below
always
your-
trimming
I
my
like
belt
room.
for me anyway.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
I'd take my belt wrapped around her neck a few times.
Yeah. Sometimes at the holidays you need extra room, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Michael, is that man, he's helped me with hundreds of YouTube videos. He's done tons of private lessons, he's taught class, and it's just been an integral part of everything we've been doing. It's been, I can count on him to work with new people. He's great at explaining things, so another well-deserved promotion. All right, last shoulder belt promotion here. How's been a long time, dude. I was telling Woods earlier, Woods always worked with me at 4:30 on Fridays, and we talked Hausnick somehow into coming in with us, and we did arm drags. And that was in Woods' original private lesson spot. We turned it into an open mat. We had 3 years. He worked with me years at that time. So it's great to have you.
I got my own line.
There you go.
Take another step.
There you go, there you go. Hunter. Sometimes Hunter comes into my open mats after class is already over. It's not the same. Hunter's amazingly consistent. He's been all the time. Comes to systems classes.
Helps teach kids classes.
Only reason he's not here is because he gets the COVID. I'll do it. Edward. Edward's a mad enforcer these days. Justin?
So Justin and I have started an experiment, and he started to teach part of the noon class. And I want to tell all of you, purple belts, teach. It's the best way to learn. It's the best way to learn. And I think Justin sort of renewed his relationship with jiu-jitsu teaching. So here's what Justin does, teach others, okay? It's a good thing.
Ah. George is, he's been around a long time. Corey told me your date the other day. When was it, 15?
Like
Or
February 2000, what is it, George? 14? Is it?
he's competed all over. Now he's teaching teams, MMA, helping out with all the grappling. And it's an awesome to see you on deck. Around all the time. Hey. And we got a lot of time. Keep building. Be up here. All right, just I'll say a couple more things. I'm gonna do one more promotion, but what I wanted this particular rugby to be about was about the people that are building. Other than it's not just a me party. I realized that a few years ago, and then it's like, well, okay, figure out how to share this with people, right? Figure out how to delegate, how to ask, how to, hey, you got it, you know what you're doing, you're a black belt, right? And just trusting and letting people have some freedom and have fun and teach and grow and learn and experiment. And I really wanted to recognize people that are doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's not just these black belts up here. It's people helping with kids class, team class, that's helped with kids class and team class. I mean, that's many of you color belts out here teach, right? Or help or assist or have assisted. And that's greatly appreciated. So I just want to highlight those people and give those people also an opportunity to highlight some of their people that they've raised up. It's like I can't credit claim for now 100%. We spent some time together, but I can look at what he's done. When I work with him, I know he's been in Josh's class, right? And it's awesome to see people that I don't really interact with a ton, and they're still on track. They're still getting better. And I unplugged from it a little bit. Right? I don't have to be overseeing every rep and be like, I can talk with these people and get feedback. How's everybody doing? What do we need to work on? It just takes better communication, right? And that's been like how I'm trying to grow, not just with jiu-jitsu techniques. It's just, empowering you people that are helping. And I just want to let you guys know I'm real thankful for all of you. Not just ones that are helping and teaching. You guys that are here, you're part of the process too. Okay, Josh, come on up here. So Josh and George are on deck.
Yeah, and you guys that don't know, which all of you do, Josh is like a lifelong martial artist himself. He's got 4th dan in judo, quarter belt in aikido, and is trained in everything. It's not just jiu-jitsu. This is not even possibly his final frontier. He's kickboxing and doing other stuff too. He's a martial artist, all right?
Freaks people out when he gets those funny looking belts out of that bag.
You kind of know. All right. Well, that's a great event. Thanks to everybody.
Guys, this doesn't happen without leadership, and the leaders on this front line just certainly deserve another round of applause. I want to tell you one thing. I'm going to use this line from Woods, is that all of us, not just you guys, all of us, myself included, from time to time, you have to renew your relationship with your martial arts. You know, I love that concept. So I'll credit where credit is due, and that's, you know, I mean, I tell people a lot of times that I've had to reinvent myself as a martial artist, age, injury, life circumstances. But you're not going to do that if you don't renew that relationship, and it's tough. This is a grind. Like, you know, you're talking about all these people up here, years and years and years, and there's, you know, all the trials and tribulations of life, from, you know, jobs and marriage and what injury and all the things, family. There's so many things that creep up, that maintaining that desire, you know. And my patch of the LDMA, it's, you know, desire, discipline, defense. Because without desire, it just doesn't happen. And, you know, sometimes you have to kindle that desire. You've got to renew that relationship. So I love that concept, because it does speak. It speaks volumes, because that's how you're going to stay with it. And man, exercise can be tough. I tell you, you know, I got the COVID, which was a non-event for me. Thank God. You know, I'm blessed that it wasn't a deal. The hardest part for me was sitting my butt on the couch and being locked in my house and not being able to train. And I was like, oh man, the depression, you know. So coming out of it, just, you know, picking back up, and stuff like that happens. It's a weird time out there, but you guys have got a beautiful school. You've got great. I mean, it's very rare. What happened here tonight? What I'm seeing tonight, to have 5 people come up through the ranks, fundamentally the same, and get their black belts. That, I've been all over the world with jiu-jitsu. That just doesn't happen very often. That is so rare, because the attrition rate, you know, is so huge. To have that many people to be able to, on their own journeys, in their own way, you know, be able to make it out of one school is fantastic. I mean, even in one organization, but one school, that's very, very, very rare. To have 6 people, Ryan up here, to be able to make it to black belt at one time, that's huge. You know, I've been at rank reviews in Brazil where that didn't happen, where the gyms were a hell of a lot bigger. I mean, that's huge. And to see this much color, I mean, the number, normally it's a wall of white belts, and, you know, you got some blue belts and then a couple of purples, you know. I mean, look at the number of purple belts. That's fantastic. I mean, it makes my heart happy, honestly, it does. And to be up here standing with all these black, because I've watched, you know, every single one of these people for so long. I mean, coming up through the ranks. I told Brian earlier, I feel like a proud grandpa, you know. And Cora, to have, that's, you know, our active female. We've had one other get a black belt, one other lady get a black belt when she was part of Team LDMA. But to have an active, you're the first active black belt, female black belt we've had in quite some time, and that's huge. You know, I mean, that's a kind of the torchbearer for our ladies. That's a big, you know, things like that mean so much to me. You know, and so it's been a blessing. Proud of you guys. I enjoy, one of my biggest joys is just getting to see those snapshots of you guys progressing. Like Brian was saying, you know, as y'all are growing and with what he's doing and the black belts and the instructors. But I treasure being able to travel around and see all the schools that are part of the team and watch your development. You know, I mean, that's a big thing for me. So anyway, I'll shut up. It's been a long night, but I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of Brian and Cora. I'm proud of every black belt up here. You guys are awesome, and thank y'all very much. Let's pay our respects. Yeah, we're gonna forego the.